All right. Good morning. I'm trying to figure out what time it is. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Then you should be going to one of them right now.
And I think
probably the most memorable favorite part is when my team as like a whole just got to like kind of talk a bit right at the end of the second day of the academy. I felt like we all got to know each other really well. We've all kind of got to like get a bit closer, and I feel like it kind of prepared us for working together as a team in the next couple of days.
So we can just use that one. So we have to ask them.
And then
I didn't have that big of a perspective into like the inner workings of the NASA facility and everything. So just the ability to view it from someone who's had that hands-on perspective for years on end, I think that's really fascinating, because if we're sitting in a virtual environment, we're trying our best to really optimize that experience. And the fact that I was still able to gain that experience even amidst just looking at a computer screen, I think that's amazing. So, yeah.
our budget outline.
I personally would have never thought of having a fabrication lab. I had no knowledge that something like that even existed. And it was really interesting for me to see that there is just so much that you can do with I wouldn't say so little, but it's just amazing to see that things like that even exist.
Nickel hydrogen.
Yeah. I worked on procedures for surface radiation exposure.
They're kind of scattered throughout this document, so I can't tell you all of it right
now.
I think the biggest highlight was talking to Mr. Roger Crouch today. So he was a previous NASA astronaut that got to go into orbit multiple times, and he experienced what spaceflight was like and all those interesting things that you dream of as a kid. So just to hear those experiences from a person who has actually done it rather than fantasizing about it was really interesting. He was a really invigorating storyteller, and he just had a unique way of describing things that I hadn't really heard before. So it was really interesting, and it kept me engaged on hearing him speak about his experiences.
Before, when I first heard about it, I didn't understand how much more it prepared you for, and I thought it was just focused on space. So even if someone is not particularly keen on doing something in space or working for NASA, it still gives you a very good chance at meeting other people and people that are very driven and want to do very high demand projects just for fun and being able to work with others. I think that's something to consider when wanting to do this program, because it exposes you to a lot more resources, I would say, and just not the panels, but the presentations that they give you as well. And even if they are space focused, you get to understand more of like job outlook and stepping up into like adulthood and getting ready for college, but more actually jobs and understanding that the professional level.